Hello my friends, this is the Retro Guy. Today I have for you a IBM PC 330 466 DX2. So this computer dates from 1995 from what I researched and from what is written on the motherboard. As you can see, the case is in good shape. It doesn't have any bends or dents or anything like that. Luckily it was open, it wasn't locked, so the key doesn't matter really. I have already pulled the case out so I could see the internal condition. Looks pretty great. It came also with this Model M keyboard that you see here, which also seems to be in great shape. At least all the keys are there and they are clicking, so as far as I can tell it looks great really. The cable also was provided, so that's really good stuff. As far as the PC goes, I have disassembled it already, as you guys can see it here on my bench. This is the chassis in amazing good shape. As you can see, no corrosion whatsoever, and very clean really. Again, no dents or bend or anything like that. Looks really good. The motherboard also is in very good shape, very good condition. So all the original components are in there. Of course, it's very dusty, as you guys can tell. This will be taken care in a moment. It came with memory sticks, as you guys can see here. I have no idea how much memory is in there. There was also a hard drive, no idea whether or not it's working. The 3.5-inch floppy disk, cables of course, and the power supply which is in there, and also an Ethernet card. This here is the Razer card essentially, and that's basically it. So this is the back of the case, plastic. It's going to be taken care of as well. The idea is basically to refurb all this and put it back into good running state. From the pictures that I saw from the seller, it was working. It was in working condition at least. It was booting up. It was asking for a booting floppy. So essentially it looked like the hard drive wasn't spinning or at least working. So we're going to take care of that. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to dust off all the components here very carefully. I will then clean the case with, again, this is metal with a little bit of plastic, so should be okay like underwater. So I'm just going to do some rough cleaning there, making sure that all this dust and years and years of debris just goes away. The keyboard is always trickier because I have to disassemble it and one by one make sure that all the keys are clean. So it's going to be a lot of work. Probably I'll be doing that later on. I have already like a very good condition Model M keyboard that I can use with this. What else? Yes, there is the monitor as well, so bear with me here as we move around my garage here. So the monitor came with it, and the monitor also seems to be working just fine. So this is the original monitor that came with that particular computer, and again from the pictures it looks like it's okay, it's working. I have no idea about the quality of the image that it is displaying, if displaying anything at all. So I have to have a look, test it, and then go back to you guys. So I'm going to clean everything up, including the monitor, and then I'm going to do a new video with everything reassembled and ready to be booted up. Okay, so I have everything kind of put together here, at least for testing. Memories are in place, the motherboard is cleaned. I connected the hard drive and the floppy disk. I have here a diskette, a floppy disk that we can try. So the mice and the keyboard connected here. Monitor is connected as well. I opened the monitor because I know well, first to clean it up. So it's already kind of clean. So this monitor has a number of internal adjustments. From what I researched, this is the PS monitor, something like that. So here is the serial number. I couldn't find the exact model here, so here is some other information about it. I found the manufacturing date, which is like something around 1988 or 87. So it's a fairly old monitor, but it's working fairly well from what I saw, right? So let's try now and see how things are. When I tested before, so everything is working, I already tested. I noticed that the focus wasn't that great. That's one of the reasons that I opened the monitor. So you're going to see it. So powering it up. So you see that the hard drive basically starts up. This computer has 16 megs of RAM. It has Windows 95 installed. Yeah, it's complaining about some drivers. So the problem is the keyboard is far away here. So just ignore those two drivers and it should boot as expected. So the monitor is really bright. I think you could use like a recap change. You're going to see what I mean. Like, so the image looks fine now that I just adjusted the focus. As you can see, it looks fairly good. But when you open a window, so let me see, because this mouse is really dirty, so it doesn't move as expected. You need to be a little patient here. So I don't know if you can see, but it changes the window size. So if I open it here, yeah, maybe it's not that noticeable, but it's normally an indication of recap requirement, which doesn't surprise me with a monitor that is that old. One thing that I couldn't get to work is the floppy disk, the floppy drive, sorry. And I really think the reason is I just dropped it. Unfortunately, I was picking something else and I dropped it along the way, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world, as those are not very difficult to find. So if you see it, and try to, it actually tries, you can see that it's doing something, right? But probably it's misaligned or something like that, so it's not able to open or access the disk, which is really bad. So yeah, nothing much I can do here other than just replace the floppy drive. I think I might have some stored away. I have to look it up, so I will try that later. But for now, yeah, see that the problem here. I think it's in Portuguese, but yeah, it's basically saying like the drive is not accessible. Yeah. Other than that, it's great. It actually surprised me that the hard drive is working. I don't think I have a date on this one here. Yes, February 95, and it's still working just fine. It has Windows 95 installed, so all the documents from the previous owner, like Excel spreadsheets and Microsoft Word documents, it's all there. No games, unfortunately, so I have to install some. And everything else is working fine. So I'm not going to do anything else on the monitor for now. I'm just going to close it up. I already cleaned the inside, so it looks great. I will have to clean the outside now. The case I have already cleaned, the PC case, and it's looking great, and I think I can do a great job with the monitor as well, right? So I should be able to clean it up really good. But that's it. So I'm really happy with this purchase. It wasn't that expensive. I think I paid with everything, with the keyboard and everything, like 100 euros, and it was I think it was a good find. The monitor alone is pretty great, and it's an original IBM from 1980 something, and it's really great that it's working, and I'm really happy with that. The computer itself also, like a 486 DX2, like what can I say, it's great, like really good old memories. So that's it, guys. I'm going to reassemble everything, trying to source another disk drive, see if I can try and find another one before I close everything up. If not, I will close with this one here, and that's it. So I will try also to source like a CD-ROM drive. Not sure how easy that will be because of I don't know if it will have to be a compatible IDE one, and it will have to have the drivers and everything else. So this is the easy part. I think I have some IDE CD-ROMs laying around here. We'll try to do that, and I will show you a video with everything reassembled, cleaned, and hopefully working in a moment. Okay, a little update. So when I tried to add a CD-ROM, actually a DVD-ROM here, it basically brought me back to the BIOS because it detected that has been a change. And then looking at the BIOS, I realized that the floppy drive wasn't actually enabled there. So I enable it, and then I boot up, and bingo, now it seems to be working just fine. So I have a disk there, and you see that's reading the disk. There's a file inside, right? So yeah, that's great. So the floppy drive is working fine, which is really good, because I couldn't find another one. I think I actually trashed the other ones because they were all defective. So now it's had no idea whether or not this will be able to work. So for sure it's missing drivers, but I'll have to look it up and see whether or not this can be made to work as a regular CD-ROM drive, or if I have to actually add like an old IDE CD-ROM. I have no idea. So yeah, it's not that new, this one. It's actually dated from 2000, so it should be compatible with Windows 95. And yeah, we're just going to think with this later on, and eventually I will close the case with this DVD-ROM here from Apple, and hopefully I will get it to work with Windows 95 later on, right? So I'm happy with happier now with the result of the floppy, and yeah, that's it. So things are actually looking great. So wait for the final video with everything reassembled. Okay, so here is just before the final assembly. As you can see, very clear on the inside. All the cables kind of organized. Well, it's a bit of a mess actually. This is with the CD-ROM installed. Couldn't get it to work yet. Still needs the driver. This is the monitor, already cleaned up, the bezel I mean. So you see that it turned out really good. Still missing the IBM logo here. I will see if I can source another one. Some interesting facts here. I found a date. So this is, I think, the manufacturing date, so March 7, 1995. So I'm just going to add, so just need to, it's difficult to do that with just one hand. Okay, so I see that the case looks very good. It looks really, really clean. Right, this opening here works. I forgot to remove the tab here, the cover. So I'll have to probably remove it. But yeah, it's just to show you how this turned out to be. Right, so I'm going to reassemble the monitor. Still need to wait for the case to dry up, the back cover of the monitor, and then I will reassemble the monitor and I'm pretty much done. I'm not going to touch the keyboard for now. It's just too much of a hassle, and I do have an almost brand new Model M keyboard that I'm going to be using with this one here. So that's it, guys. I will post as soon as I can get the CD to work, hopefully. And yeah, once everything is put in its final place, I will post another video. Some new developments here. I don't know what happened after a reboot, and after searching for new hardware thing, it didn't tell me that it detected the CD-ROM, but apparently it did. So I rebooted. Now CD shows up here. We're going to put it to test. So I'm going to put this Quake CD-ROM that I have here, and we're going to see whether or not it works. Yeah, it seems it's going to work. Yeah, there we go. That's great. So it was not really plug and play, but it worked nevertheless. So I have a complete system now. Well, it's missing the Sound Blaster card, so I need to add that. So I already found one being sold by 20 euros or something. It has to be ISA, as far as I know, at least. So that's why it's a little peculiar. And I will also buy some additional memory here. And that's going to be it. Then I'm pretty done with this. That's it. That's how this was in the end. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And that's pretty much it. Thank you, guys. Okay, so here is the final build in its all glory, in all its glory. So look at the monitor, how clean it is, and it's very sharp now. It's not perfect, of course, like you can see that there are some distortions here. It should be easy to fix, but I'm not going to touch this now. For now, I think it's pretty good. With the CD-ROM installed there, and the floppy drive is working as expected. The door here closes, and yeah, it looks fantastic, really. So this is the Model M keyboard that came with it, which is working just fine. It's just very dirty. And this mice here also came with it. It's a PS2 mice, just regular. So I'm just trying to see if it can identify the CD-ROM. I don't think it will, because it's I couldn't see on the BIOS either. So I need to figure out what's going on here. But nevertheless, this is the final product. This is the final build. And it looks awesome, really. I love the monitor. It's so like retro, and it fits so well with this particular machine here. So that was really a very nice find, and I'm really, really happy with it and the way it turned out. So it looks really clean, and this probably is going to go to my display in my collection. It's going to go on the display. Right, so hopefully you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more.